Hello everybody, welcome back to another training session with Managed. Today we're going to be running through how to add a tenant into the system, how to invite a tenant to the Managed system as well. So once you're entering in a brand new tenancy into a property, you just need to go to the property tab, select lease. Choosing lease tab, you're going to choose the edit button up the top and then start the process of your lease toggle. So you're going to start with the lease start date of the tenancy and then the frequency. Once you've chosen your frequency, it's going to auto-populate an end of lease date based on the months you've chosen, although you can go in and manually make any adjustments to that date if you do need be. Choosing if the tenant has lived in the property before this tenancy, yes or no. Is the lease on a month-to-month / periodic agreement, yes or no? Choosing the payment frequency, so you have weekly, fortnightly and monthly as your options. Entering in the price. The system's going to auto-populate the different price options. Say for example, if you did want to make the changes, what specifically they would be. You can also choose the toggle up the top and change it, and it's going to auto-populate regardless. Ticking if GST is included, that's just a note, and then if the tenants pay water, yes or no. If they do, you have the ability to enter in a water meter reading. Popping in your bond ID and then a bond amount. Choosing when the tenant's payment is going to start. So if it's a brand new tenancy, that first payment date is going to align with their first day that they move into the property. Although if it is a takeover management, so you've brought on a management for another agency, you just need to review where their rent is paid to and then choose the day after. So if their rent is paid up until the 9th of May, you would then choose their payment start date for Managed as of the 10th of May. Choosing if you're going to be collecting a deposit, yes or no, entering in that deposit amount. Keeping in mind, whatever deposit you collect does get applied to the week's rent. So say for example, if you collect a 2-week deposit, it will be applied to the first 2 weeks rent. If you were to collect a 1-month deposit, it would be applied to the first 4 weeks rent or 1 month, depending on how you've set up your payment frequency. Do you want to set up some routine inspection activities and rent review? Choosing yes or no. If selecting yes, you might pop in the first date that you want to complete that inspection. For example, I might do mine 1 month after the tenant has moved into the property. So just a 1 monthly check-in. And then how often it should repeat thereafter. So I'm going to do it every 6 months after that. Do I want to set up a rent review? Yes, I know that my lease is going to expire in a year's time. So I want to at least get that rent review done a couple months in advance. And then that's going to be, just for this instance, every 12 months. I can upload my tenancy agreement, my ingoing agreement at this point. If you don't have them now, that's okay. You can upload them later. Entering in the tenant's details, so the primary tenant first. Then you can add in any additional tenancies. Keep in mind that the primary tenant is the one where all of the rental payments will be, their primary wallet will be taken from. And so it's just best to have that primary contact as the first point of contact in the system too. The system is going to confirm a rental summary of all of the information that you just popped in. If you review this and you can see that there are some mistakes you can make, you can just click on the left-hand side exactly what you want to do in terms of changes, review that option, go through and click next again until you get back to the deposit collection section. And then request the deposit. Once you have sent that deposit request information, that's going to send the tenants an email. The next step would be to invite the tenant. So to invite the tenant into the system, all you need to do is click their profile button in the top right-hand corner. As you can see right now, there is an exclamation point. We just want to click their profile button, select edit up the top, and then choose send invitation. That's going to send them an invite. That awaiting invite status is going to be updated and show that they are invited. You can add in agency notes to a tenant's profile card. Under the tenant's profile card as well, you can also generate their BSB and account number for payments. So if you want the tenants to make their payments via EFT, you can copy those account details. You might pop them in a lease. You might send them to the tenants in an email and let them know that these are their payment options. Now your tenant is going to receive an email just like this one that is going to let them know that they are required to pay a deposit. It is going to provide the biller code and reference number. Keep in mind that does take 3 business days through BPay for payments to clear. You might just want to send them that additional email regardless as well with that BSB and account number, because that will be a little less time. It will only take 1 business day the first time, and then every time they make payments thereafter, it will be instant payments. Once the deposit has successfully cleared into the system from the tenant, you're going to receive an email as the property manager that has cleared and that you are now able to activate the property in the system. And just a little bit of a run through as well on the difference between a pending activate property and an active property. You can review that at any time via your dashboard. So under dashboards, you have a My Properties tab. You've got vacant, pending and lease. So vacant just means that there is a property in the system with an owner but no active tenant. Pending means that they have a tenant ready to go, they just haven't been activated. And then leased means that they are leased, tenant is active, or the system has activated the lease agreement. So you can review that and see at any point in time if you do have those pending tenancies. But all you need to do just to get that system going live and start payments and the process of payments now through this property itself is select the activate button in the top right hand corner. It's going to auto populate the letting fee based on the information that you put in under the owner overview. You can go in and edit that, make any changes that you need to. You can go and delete bills if you don't need those bills. My letting fee here, I'm just going to adjust it. Once I am happy with the charges I want to make for the owner, I'm going to click continue, confirm that activation, and that property is now going to be active. What that is then going to mean for the tenant's point of view is that the transactions tab is going to take that deposit and apply it to the first 2 weeks payment of rent, or whatever deposit you collected. If you collected a 4-week deposit, it's going to go to the first 4 weeks payment of rent. So it's going to allocate that. You're going to see that the transactions tab will be updated as well with the pay to date. So then the tenant knows that as they log into the system, that's when they're paid up until the 29th. They don't need to make their rent payment now until the 30th, and they can see as well their rental item, which is next due under upcoming. You can also see that the marketing fee and the letting fee has been scheduled for payment as well for the owner to arrange that. That is how you add in a tenant into the system. Activate. I will have a video very soon just coming on the tenant's perspective on how they can activate their tenancy profile and add in their tenant information.